Oh, what's up, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, everybody? I'm Yogi Chris, Captain Vibes Nation, in the new house or new room here. I moved over to the master. So that's why you hear the echo. I don't have a lot of things up. That's why it's plain background, but it'll get set up so you'll see the progress over the next few streams. It's talking about discipline over game because we call it ministering. I minister with a lot of guys throughout the day, around the world. Some guys are brand new, some guys are veterans of the game, some guys are coaches, some guys are just high level students of AZD. Just talking a whole bandwidth of guys, black, white, orange, young and old, and and talking to one of the guys today. He's actually a friend of one of the high level guys here, Wolf. He's his friend from back home in Houston. And just the idea of discipline was so foreign to him as far as the game. Like he's the classic wake up late and everything is 5 minutes late the whole day. And kind of a ladies' man. He's a charmer, but he's a mess. He's basically a female in chaos. Like that's how females are. And just the idea of discipline being the backbone or the cornerstone of AZD's game is kind of a surprise to a lot of guys, and they resist it. It's an amazing thing that guys they want to learn game, but they definitely don't want to learn discipline. Oh, somebody just joined. 1 second. And AZD is about to be going live on TikTok, so we're just going to go for about 10 minutes. And I may stay live on, I won't be able to stay live, but I'll be joining his TikTok. So if you guys are on TikTok there, make sure you go to the bio, you'll see where his account is. And that'll be amazing. We recently posted one of his best recent TikTok lives. I mean, it was just so much. He has a way of talking to the audience that just opens them up and they start disclosing really interesting things. Like most people have had at least one or two very interesting things happen to them in their life. And a lot of people don't have a way of talking about it. Nobody really believes them, or they just don't really have any good listeners around them. People that can, uh, carry the conversation and really ask questions. So a lot of times, people don't even want to open up, so they're really closed. Guys are like that, which is really weak. Guys are, and girls will complain, or you'll hear a common complaint about guys not being vulnerable, or whatever. It's a yes and no. That's true, and it's just the way that they want them, or that they're expecting a guy to be vulnerable is very weak. But we've learned at the highest levels of game here that you actually have to be open-hearted if you want love from a woman. And it's a trap, man. I don't want love from a woman, but that's her. She will do that. And you just have to be the kind of man that she'll do that for. That's AZD's game is very natural. Just you, the way of your being creates the kind of woman out of her, whoever her is. You could find a hoe in the street. You could find a girl in the church. You could find a sheltered girl, a party girl, a college girl, a working girl. Like she's going to be a reflection of her environment and her upbringing. You're not going to find a girl that's perfect for you because there's nobody that's raised her in your image. And you are very unconscious of your habits and behaviors and things. That's the amazing thing about the game and what we do in Vegas because we go out so consistently and then every day learn from AZD in class that we're constantly reflecting on what we are, the effects that we're creating. Like going in field and social dynamics where there's a bunch of girls and guys and things like that. Like you see the effects you create by how you dress, how you walk, how you talk, how you respond. Time after time, you revisit the same venues. You stay for 2, 3 hours and you start to accumulate reputation on just how you are, how you present yourself. There's guys that have money that shit all over their reputation. There are guys that have no money, but they're positive energy, man. You can't get them down. And they have great reputation and shit is given to them. Women are given to them. You don't need money to succeed in the game, but you will need ambition. And ultimately, if you're intelligent and you're ambitious, you're going to have money eventually as a guy. Like you're going to figure it out. And that's really what it takes. This is the path of be the best and fuck the rest. It's not be better and forget the rest. It's not be second best and fuck the rest. It's be the best and fuck the rest. So whatever you're doing as a man, AZD's mentality, bro, if I had had it when I was wrestling in college, because I hit a lot of mental roadblocks, going against the best in the country and sometimes, world class. And man, I just didn't have this mentality. I'm 39 now. So 20 years ago, and he was teaching 20 years ago, he was just, YouTube wasn't so big and he was way over in California. I was in Oklahoma. So it's really surprising to guys that come to learn his game because he's got 7 super hot girlfriends and a line out the door. And those are the stats. You got to go to his personal TikTok, personal Instagram, and see the evidence of it. Some guys are still in doubt about it. And while I can understand a little bit of that, too much of it is just an unreasonable amount of skepticism that you probably got from your mom, or you got from your dad and he got it from his mom. this just not able to see the truth because it's too outlandish, even though it's right in front of you. You don't trust your own eyes. Some guys even think his videos with his girlfriends are AI. Bro, can't you tell an AI video? I mean, it's not that good yet, at least not in the public. Maybe military has something, but no, it's not that. He doesn't have the budget for some military grade AI. So go to his personal TikTok, Instagram, see the stats. He's got a lot of girlfriends. He's had a lot of girlfriends for a long time. That's why I've learned from him for a long time, or at least that's what got my attention. And his mastery of communication and lifestyle is what kept me around. It was just like he's masterful at just understanding life. And you got to go deeper into it to understand more about it. I mean, we put out hundreds of clips. There's lots of videos on YouTube. So there's a lot of ways for you to get the evidence for yourself that he knows what he's talking about. It's not just random. He didn't just fall into seven girlfriends, like you trip and fall, and there's seven girls that are all super hot, like waiting to be his girlfriend. It's a strategy. It's by design. Just like his tattoos, everything is by design. And it's very surprising to guys that the first most important pillar or datum or piece of information that you would need to learn and adopt and apply to your life if you want anything like long-term success in relationships the way AZD does, whether it's with one girl or multiple. The beginning is wake up time. You have a wake up time and a cold shower routine. First thing every day, 8 days a week, 400 days a year. You never miss. And that's the beginning of his game. And a lot of guys don't want to believe it or they don't want to do it because even though it's one of the simplest things to tell you, like it would be way more complicated to tell you how to approach a girl. I'd have to tell you about body language and like lean away and don't be intimidated. I have to say all these things. Pretty much everything that you could learn in the game will be more detailed than what I just said. Pick your wake up time, make it every day. If ideally you have the same wake up time 7 days a week, doesn't change. And you do cold shower right at the beginning, first thing when you get up. And that's the beginning of AZD's game. And there's more to his discipline, but if you're able to do that, then the rest of what you learn from AZD will be very simple because it mostly involves discipline, disciplining your emotions, disciplining your communication, disciplining your reactions, discipline in your mentality, not breaking frame when the woman is challenging or a new woman's challenging or challenging situations in life. Like it takes discipline to the most subtle levels of mental discipline. And AZD's process is the most gross levels, physical levels of wake up time, cold shower. You can't get much more physical than that. There's exercise part of his process too, but that's more difficult for guys even. Or some guys, they can do the workout, no problem, but they miss their wake up all the time. Wake up 2, 3 hours late, even 5, 10, 30 minutes late. They can work out, but it's amazing. And guys, again, they're in denial. They don't want to believe it that AZD's game starts with a wake up time. So discipline over game. You will learn all the game you need if you have discipline. But if you don't have discipline, you can go down the path, the rabbit hole of game. And the very best examples of that in the planet on Earth are great pickup artists who crash predictably, maybe every couple years, but they crash hard. AZD couldn't have multiple girlfriends of over 10 years if he was crashing over 2 years for like going into a 2 month depression or something. So discipline over game. If you want long-term success, you can do whatever you want if you just want to go and get one night stands and go to bars, get drunk chicks, drive Uber until somebody sucks your dick. Like it'll happen eventually, most likely, unless you're a total mess, like really, really bad. And then it would only take, some cologne and grooming and clean your car. And eventually you drive enough chicks on Uber and you'll get a really slutty slut. But that's not game. And that's not lifestyle. And that's not going to produce a relationship. Definitely not with a fine chick. Like, and definitely not multiple relationships because you got no real value. You need character, and that's your value. AZD literally injects you with masculine value just listening to how he tells stories, listening to his techniques of the mind, imagination, communication. When you learn those, which are easy to learn, because it's like, is it easy to eat a candy bar? He delivers it so easily for you to. The hardest part is just like sometimes you eat Reese's for like, candy or Skittles or something. You can only eat it for so long. Your jaw gets tired, your tummy hurts. Like, so it's not really that. You know, the hardest part is really like 3, 4 hour classes. It's like, man, my mind is like a whole workout I just went through and I'm fatigued. I need to meditate or something. But other than that, because it all just makes sense, because he's never not making sense with his game. So as it makes sense, it's easy for you to take on new ideas when they just make sense to you and you raise your hand, ask questions or whatever. So But it's hard if you don't have discipline. If you don't make your wake up time, it's very hard to pay attention in lecture. If you don't make your wake up time, it's hard to manage your emotions all day. You'll be like that guy I talked to today that every event is 5 minutes late, 5 minutes late, the next thing. All day, he's 5 minutes late for everything. I'll bet you were 5 minutes later when you wake up at least, you know? Easy symptoms. So that's my message. Very quick live stream. AZD is about to go live on TikTok. So jump on that. AZD IMC official it is. And go to imcbase1.com for the free newsletter. Like 100 pieces of content now. We just added a bunch and all the trainings and everything there. All right, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Be the best. Fuck the rest. Os. Hey, Saber and Sammer, we're on. Jesus. All right. Well, I'm about to I'm gonna end the stream here.